Hey guys, I'm going to talk about me and what I've been through, I suppose. So, bear with me, the list is kind of long. It's happened to a lot of people, so yeah. I'm not going to use flashcards because I should say it. Um, when I was little, I was sexually molested by, my brother's best friend. When I was in kindergarten, it happened for 2 years. I didn't tell anybody. Um, and when I finally did tell somebody, I was 14 and nothing could really be done about it. But yeah, so. And I saw him again when I was 11 years old. He came back to town with his girlfriend or his wife, and he had a kid, a little boy. And it disgusted me to see that he had a kid. Like, downright disgusted me. I was sitting there on my living room floor with, I was by myself on the living room floor. My brother and my mom were in the living room with him and his girl and his kid. And he just looked at me like he knew. And he smiled at me like that little smirk that disgusting perverted people get. So, I mean, it sickened me. And it still sickens me to this day because I don't know if he's got more kids. But that happened to me when I was little, and I'm finally coming to terms with it. Like, I don't cry about it anymore. Like, I don't think I ever did because I was so little when it happened. But yeah. And my mom's best friend's son tried to do something, but he wasn't successful because his mother walked in, and I don't know what his mother did because he didn't do anything in front of me. But I'm thankful that he didn't. So it's like sometimes I wonder if I have a target on my back saying rape me or molest me because it's not the last time it's happened. Um, Last New Year's I was out with my ex-boyfriend and we were having fun, and we ended up going to a bar that his friend worked at. And of course, I'm underage, and so was he and his other friend. But his friend and the guy that worked at the behind the bar, who was his friend, both tried things with me. And I had to go to the bathroom, and my ex-boyfriend was outside smoking a cigarette with his other friend that later tried something with me. So the bartender was his friend, was going to show me where the bathroom was, but he didn't. He showed me to a storage room, and ended up trying things with me. But then his coworker was like, "What the fuck?" Whatever his name was. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say anybody's name. So he was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And that's when I left, and his friend came to me after and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yes." So, yeah. It's like sometimes I wonder if I have a target for my back. Like, it sucks because it's like, why me? Why me 4 times? Why did it have to happen to me 4 times? But when I was little, going back to when I was little, the things he made me do were disgusting. I thought you got pregnant by a blowjob up until you were 13. I was 7 years old giving this 18 or 19-year-old blowjobs. And I didn't know what was wrong, but there were other things he did to me personally. I didn't do to him, he did to me. So, that I won't talk about because that will make me cry. Um, but from then I was a happy little kid. I mean, I had friends, my best friend. I mean, hey, but then 7th grade came around and I had heard about cutting and I was like, who does that? But one day I got really upset with myself and I tried it. And from that point on, I did it constantly. And when I got into high school, I tried to stop. I mean, it was a battle on and off, on and off, on and off. Like, it's like I'm I went weeks without doing it, but then I was like, I need to do it, I need to do it. And when I did, it was bad. And like there were some times where like I did not care. I would do 30 cuts a day with something really sharp. I used to have a razor, but I didn't, at some point I stopped using it. But and I would use anything I could, anything sharp I could get my hands on. There were some, like, it got to a point, I think, when I was a freshman in high school, where I didn't care, and I started doing it on my arm, like where anybody could see it. Like I was just so out of it, and I didn't care. I remember that happy face, that happy front that everybody puts on when they feel hurt inside and feel like this inside. That I remember, like, I remember doing that, but all I could remember was the hurt and the not caring anymore. But I did it on my arm really bad one time, and I was like, I didn't care who saw it. I didn't care what was done. I didn't care. But then I got away from that, and then I was like, you know what, I have to stop. I need to stop. But it kept repeating itself, and it kept repeating itself, and I mean, my leg from like my hip, the top of my hip, where like your pant line lays, to about 2 to 3 inches above my knee is covered in cuts. And sometimes I look at it and I'm like, how could I do that to myself? How could I hurt myself like that? These aren't gonna go away. But then at the same time, I look at them and I'm like, you know what? I have those for a reason. I put those on me, and it's like a reminder. But then sometimes it's like, oh, I like those. I mean, after a while, because I have certain reasons why I hurt myself. But I think in 10th grade or 11th grade, that's when I was like, you know what? I actually enjoy doing it. I like the pain. I like seeing myself hurt. I like the blood. I like how many times I can withstand doing it in a certain period. And it's like I was addicted, and I probably still am, but I'm slowly trying to get away from it again. The last time I hurt myself was on October 26th, on my birthday. That's the last time I hurt myself. So yeah, I mean, it hurts everybody that knows around me. I mean, it hurts everybody. Um, I had relationships go down south because of it. Um, my mom, for a while, didn't look at me the same. My sister-in-law was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Because she used to do it. She's like, you don't need that shit. My brother, I think it was the hardest. No, I never hurt my brother, even though we're not that close. It was really hard because, like, the way he would look at me, and he was like, I just wish you would stop. So my dad, it was just awkward when my dad started talking to me about it. I was like, Dad, can you just, because I've always been awkward with my dad, but that was my history with cutting. Like, sometimes I still want to do it so bad, but I'm not going to. But yeah, I just want you to know that you can stop anytime you want. I mean, I'm not telling you you have to stop now or whatever, but if you want to stop, you can. There is hope. I mean, I'm still here, so, and if you need to talk to me anytime, I mean, you can find me, you can, like, Tumblr me through a message or whatever. You can ask for my personal information, and I'll be there to listen to you, to offer my support and my advice if I have any to give, because I'm not that great at advice, but I'll always be here to listen. And I just want you to know that you're so beautiful and you're here for a reason. So, from that, um, in September, at the beginning of September, I ended up in the hospital from an overdose of Valium. My doctor prescribed me the Valium for headaches. So, because I was getting really bad headaches, and I found when I first started taking, they put my headaches away, but then, like, I just started getting sad and wanting to, like, just go away for a while. So I take 1 or 2 or 3 a night. And one night I was like, I don't know what I was trying to do. I don't know if I was trying to kill myself, although the thought had crossed my mind, like, well, if I die, I'll be fine with it. If I die, the world will be just fine without me. But I think I was doing it more so to escape, to get away from everything for a while. But I took 10 or 11 Valiums, and my mom found out. She rushed me to the hospital, and I spent a week there and 2 days at a mental facility after the hospital. And they kept asking me why did I do it, why did I do it, and like I just like when the doctors came to talk to me, I just flat out told them like I don't want to talk, just leave. I was in the hospital room all by myself, not wanting to talk. I kept it all in. I even like it was bad. I had a night sitter. I had a nurse that babysat me 24/7, and like it was horrible. But at the same time, I wish I still had those Valiums sometime, or that I wish I was still in the hospital away from everything because I still feel pain inside from it. And I still feel that pain, but I tell people that I have a new outlook on life. I tell my mom that I'm fine. I tell everybody, like, I don't think the same anymore because that changed me, but in fact, it didn't change me. I just tell people that so they think I'm okay, but really, I still wish I hadn't a razor sometimes. I still wish I had the Valiums. I still wish that because it still bothers me, but I don't want people to think that I need help. I don't want people to sit there and say, you need to go to therapy, you need a therapist, you need a psychiatrist, because I don't want any of that. So, I mean, it's hard and I'm still struggling, but at the same time, I'm starting to get a little bit happier. I'm starting to think more positively. I'm starting to be happy with the surroundings I'm in. I look forward to things now. Like, I try to look forward to them. So that's what keeps me going, and hopefully I won't hurt myself again, or I won't pop another pill. I mean, it's to the point where my mom doesn't even trust me with prescription medications anymore, and I completely understand why. But at the same time, it makes me mad. But, that's me and my past and what I've been through. Um, I just wanted to let you all know. So, I'm still here, and I'm still the bubbly person I am, just a little different on the inside. So, yeah, but if you ever want to talk about it, if you've never told anybody and you're tired of keeping it in, I know you don't know me, I'm some girl on Tumblr, but you can always talk to me, so